Hi everyone, and hi Professor. My name is Xuetao Xia, and here the topic I have chosen is shift in business models brought about by emergency of new economy, which is uh, because, because the reason why I choose this topic is that Tesla has set a boom in the electrification of the Chinese auto industry. So interested in this topic and want to study in depth. So let me introduce the topic below. Okay, I think I have this forming parts: the sustainable technology business model and the value creation, the new innovation enterprise business model, and the traditional enterprise model, and then the summary. Yeah, we know the innovation of the business model, and those also reveals the process that shapes and dominate business model development. The process, yeah, before turning the interpretation empirical analyze first the main principle of the theoretical depth on sustainable technologies, business models, and past depends will be discussed. Before moving the empirical analysis, first the main principle of the theoretical debate on sustainable technologies, business models, and past depends will be discussed. We will consider the following questions. What is the impact of past dependence of incumbent and startup firms on the evaluation of business models, which is the impact of past dependence of the incumbent and startups of the innovation of electronic vehicles business models in automotive industry. What are the implications for the evaluation of electronic vehicle business models in the automotive industry? Okay. We know the new energy vehicle industry is an often means for the global response to the urgent crisis and the world to achieve a low carbon emission reduce and green development. The development of new energy because it's an important career for the electrification, intelligence, networking, and sharing of the automotive industry, which is a rapid development of the industry. The role of business model innovation is being more and more important for the industry. Okay, the business model innovation of the no energy vehicles industry is a complex issue which needs consider not only the industry characters of the rapid developing new energy vehicles industry, but also the dynamic evolution process and the innovation path formed by the multiple changes and innovations of the business model in the dynamic change situation. Okay, okay. The first part we will talk about that sustainable technologies, business, and value and creation. Okay, we know proof appropriate business model can increase the market appeal of a technology, enhance the full value of the innovation, and deliver a competitive advantages. However, it is unclear what the appropriate or creation business model would be when disagreements arise. In the case of emerging technology, the right business model is not yet apparent and require a process based on several experiments, just like Coda and Can. Yeah, with the older business model, yeah, this it's a big challenging to change the business model to choose a new product when it becomes available. For old school companies, it is necessary to adopt a win strategy through transformation, such as developing the internet. Traditional cars will not completely replace, but need to expand their scale. their sales. Entrepreneurial companies need to distill basic trust about customers' desires, customer needs, basic rules about customer disease, customer assessment, the nature of cost and possible future behavior, and the capabilities of competitors in designing commercially viable business model. A business model evolves over time. It is gradually refined and create international consistency to adopt in environment. Yeah. Okay, then we'll talk about the new innovative enterprise business models. Okay, we know the new innovation enterprise business models. There has four models of the innovation companies in these topics document in this research. So there has four different. The first is luxury goods specific purpose business model. Okay, let me choose this one. Okay, the first enterprise electric vehicles for affluent customers built only for specific purpose, such as leisure or urban commuting, such as leisure for or Tesla Motors. Yeah, is an example of a company that use in business model and one that has gained the most popularity. Okay, then is the luxury goods specific purpose business model. The luxury utility also targets the high performance market and has many characteristics in common with luxury specific use business model, such as low customer price, sensitive and limited demand for charging situation, limited demand for rechargeable service components. As next is electronic vehicles business model also target price sensitive customers. Yeah, companies that use an economic business model are primarily targeting urban customers and commercial customers using an economic specific purpose business model. Commuters can commercial customers. For urban customers, the positive sustainable impact of innovations appear to prominent, if only for the cost reduction that come with improved fuel efficiency. However, this target group is often able or willing to bear the additional investment cost, limit range, and long charging time. Additional investment cost, yeah, additional investment costs. Okay, the next is those in economical multiple business model. Yeah, they used this business model to launch companies that have used this business model to launch all around electronic centers. All around electronic centers, the biggest challenge for this company is attracting customer interest. This company faces the target challenges. mm, their trust due to the multiple-purpose folks and the demand for large size vehicles. Okay, the conflict between the focus and demand for large vehicles uh, between high initial investment cost and range anxiety on the one hand. On the one there is a high initial investment cost and range anxiety, and on the other hand, the limit financial capital of customers. The tension between high initial investment costs and the range anxiety on the one hand is more pronounced than for the Okay, let's continue. The change their requirement cost model by learning cars, selling cars, basically from the batteries or combining garment, increase the lower retail price incentive to larger retail. These companies have also found additional source of revenue, such as through the sale of used batteries or credit in regulatory program, and by listening their technology increase to their companies. Okay, then we will know the past depends and the continuous business model for electronic vehicles development. Okay, and the region BMW and Audi, as well as new entrants Tesla and Fisker, are pushing their luxury car prototype. However, their reasons for targeting this segment are very different for BMW and Audi. This is the logical set because they have the production capacity and facility, and as well as and a well-known brand in luxury cars. Car markets such as car market segment and the reputation as trustworthy company. They can leverage these capabilities in EV markets. In addition, BMW already has enterprise with electric vehicles technology. Mm, uh, what is take service with the urban customers? Yeah. And now, the business model for the economy cars market with their traditional cars business model. Traditional motive business model. This company have the enterprise in scope and deliver and development, production, and commercialization of electronic vehicles based on mass production in different countries. Hmm, okay. However, the incumbents initially keep the resource to develop and produce technology and either outsourced battery development or turned into joint ventures with battery manufacturers. Um, Incumbents adjust their value networks investing in battery technology and developing their producing these core companies in housing to gain control. Okay. Mm. Um, our findings suggest that even industry is still pursuing different companies' business models. Okay, we found no clear evidence that the industry is moving towards unquantified EV business model, but some convergence appears to be occurring towards the economic sphere. Mm, the downwagon effect can be observed in some type of business models. One of the main external events affecting in business model in industry or in order to prevent mass unemployed. Many governments adopting build um, and in program to help struggling automotive companies. This instance helps stimulate the development of EVs because they are often tried to sustainable requirements in response to these incentives. A growing number of safety cars companies, including Ford, Hardy, and Volvo, began delving electric vehicles using an economy multiple business model. Okay. Uh, while incentive can also simulate enterprise farm to participate in electronic vehicles, it can also simulate professional firms to participate in electric vehicles. In general, new interests take long to develop electronic vehicles. So from the moment the incentive are unused, in incumbents are much faster to introduce EVs in market. The new entrants survive for the short period of time. The new entrants struggle for a very short period of time. The result only exist startups and existing companies are stimulated. Okay, finally, our findings suggest that the business model of existing firm are more reliant to occurrence of unexpected events. The contingency occurs once an existing firm has chosen a specific configuration of the different components of its business model. Changes are quite small. So general models and Chrysler continue their EV investments after bankruptcy. Entrepreneurial companies, entrepreneurial companies which have entered the industry and early stage can also benefit from these incentives. The ability to benefit from those incentives. Okay, let's focus on the traditional business model. Uh, what I think we will offer that the traditional business uh, company will convert cars becomes the next Nokia. This is the problem we worry about this. Okay, looking at the introduction, what I put in the PowerPoint. Okay, we look at the corporate view of the EV business model, which revolves around the vehicles and additional service companies, whereas supporting charging, infrastructure, and HRG system, while the supporting changing can be consistent, can be internal. Okay, the relative low energy density of battery reduces the range of electronic vehicles. However, this further exchanged it if they use a heavy or steel body of the conventional cars. Finally, this is also the issue of infrastructure. Electric vehicles depend on intensive coverage charging situation. The challenge is to translate these technological differences between electric and conventional vehicles into new source of value creation. Turn these technological differences into new source of value creation through valuable business model. Of course, the audio industry is not useless. It still has unique industrial value. First is the term of total volume. Traditional fuel cars will not be completely replaced by new energy vehicles, but will remain one of the broadest consumer circuits for customers. The function of traditional fuel cars and new energy cars is not essentially different. They are both used. Okay, not only new energy cars can run, traditional fuel cars cannot run, not to mention that the current battery and other technology are far from mature. Now, the so-called power exchange model is not a reliable method. Second, from the investment logic, the automotive industry, both customers and technology growth attributes, but Okay, is still the logic is simple. After all, the car is big consumption. The energy requires income the great when demand. Okay, let's look at incumbent and entrepreneurial startups in the automotive industry and business model innovation. Okay, sorry. Okay, that is okay. Here are the two different the differences between the two industrial companies' attitudes. The entrepreneurial companies cannot reply the complementary assets such as existing production facilities and seats, such as existing production facilities and distributed networks. They had to work on these, except in refuting existing cars. They had to forge ties with other companies in automotive industry. Entrepreneurs companies also build companies by combining products and service in a unique way, to attract new customers. We expand entrepreneurs to focus on one business model at a time. We expect entrepreneurs to focus on one business model and a time and leverage the knowledge gained in adjacent industry, which they do. Okay. Okay, let's go to the last part summary. Our traditional cars will not be completely replaced at the moment. Traditional entrepreneurs need to make corresponding changes to improve sales. New engine vehicles are loved by the people as a government, and electrification is the trend in the future. From the business model alone, the development respect is very good, but we can't really predict the future. So it still depends on the whether the model is correct in the future. Okay, thank you. Thank you for watching and for your guidance. Thank you.